And from that time, he develops a lot of qualities of wine. He invests in a new vineyards, bigger and bigger, and also
So I know we're going to definitely get into the winery in a second, but talking about your background a little bit, 1927 was a big year for your vineyard. 1975 was a big year for your father. Can you tell us a little bit about the background of the vineyard? And the one thing I really want to touch on is your family has been a pioneer in viticultural technique, and just talking about the modern technology, just all the things your vineyard and your family has pioneered from the 20s on, the background, the struggles of the background, and what the future is going to look like based on the history.
I'm the fourth generation in my family wine business. So my grandfather used to make, cows, breeding, vineyards, asparagus as well. So it was just a culture after the war, which was very wide culture. And my father, starting in 1979, 78, and he is focused on the wine business. He wanted to make only wine and to go on a quality wine, very tasty wine. And he changed a lot of things about the process of winemaking to develop very aromatic wine, make aging, long aging, and not only short aging. So he started to make a range of wine, of red wine, white wine, rosé, a bit sparkling as well. And he went to see the customer directly in north of France, even in Europe, and he tried to sell directly and not to sell through negociants. And that's the main story, because in AOC Blanc, which is north of Bordeaux on the right bank of the river, negociant was very, it was necessarily the distribution to sell the wine. And the big challenge was, no, you don't want to pay more my wine, I'm going to sell directly to the customer. I don't want to go and to carry on selling through negociant, because you don't trust me on quality wine and you don't pay more the wine. So he stopped selling to negociant and go directly to the customer, private customers, wine shop, restaurant, wine importers. And that was 1984, 85. It was a very another orientation direction who changed a lot compared to what happened in Bordeaux at that time. And we started to control our distribution. And from that time, it develops a lot of qualities of wine. It invests in a new vineyards, bigger and bigger, and also buying some barrels, new equipment to make very good quality wine. And he loved saying, I was the first in 1990 to make green harvesting. Green harvesting is cutting some grapes in August, so 1 month earlier than the harvest, to remove a bit of quantity and to make better quality. So he removed grapes in a vineyard to have better concentration on the grapes left on the field. And that was his focus. It was only improvement in the quality wine. And from that time, we do it. We carry on. And what I changed is I spread more the range, made more wines, different quality wine, but still focusing on quality wine. Because when I started to work with my father, I used to make 2 years of winemaking, and then I say, okay, it's very interesting, but if we do only 6 wines as before, I prefer stop and going somewhere else than to carry on like that. And he said, no, do if you want to make more wines as you wish. And then I do more than 30 wines different on quality, colors, winemaking process. And that's, for me, that time who my passion about wine growing up. And it was more and more important.
Julien, what I love is as we walk through all of this, you're sharing your area, your family business, your history, your wines, the flavors. You've given us a lot of your time today. Now, for those who are watching and listening, tell us how we can find your wines. How can we support your vineyard? Tell us what our audience can do for you today.
You can buy this wine in US. First of all, that should be a fantastic support. And also to go follow us and to follow our story about how we try to develop in US as a market, and also to follow us for how quality wine, the story about all different cuvées I release and all the story I do. So that will be a very nice support.
Well, we're gonna look for your wines. We're gonna visit your website, and then we're gonna follow you on social media.
Do not hesitate to buy wine and to try and to see how the taste is coming from the vineyard.